Where the weak will always be led by the strong. Where the strong see purpose and act, the weak follow. Where the strong cry out against fate, the weak bow their heads and succumb. There are many who are weak, and many their temptations. Despise the weak, for they shall flock to the call of the demon and the renegade. Pity them not, and scorn their cries of innocence. It is better that 100 innocent fall before the wrath of the emperor than one kneels before a demon. An excerpt from the first book of Indoctrinations. What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm coming at you with 40 facts on the Warhammer 40k universe once again. As you might have guessed, this is yet another video on the Grey Knights. Now, they did get their 8th edition codex released last weekend, so today I am going through their relics and psychic powers. If you guys want to learn more about the new units that are in this codex, go back a day or so, from this post, because we talked about the Voldus, the new Dread Knight that can be manned by a chapter master, or not chapter master, a grand master. And then there's a few more like the chaplain and the flyers for there. So that's a pretty good read right there. So without further ado, guys, this is going to be a short video on their relics and psychic powers, so let's dive right in. The Relics of Titan are incredible items of rarity, be they masterwork weapons forged by the tech artisans of Deimos, or unique artifacts laced with otherworldly powers. Some of these relics were first born into battle by legendary heroes of the chapters past, their names synonymous with the mighty deeds of their bearers. So let's begin with the Fury of Deimos. When the moon of Deimos was gifted to Titan by the Adeptus Mechanicus, it carried with it a ship loaded with some of the finest weapons the Imperium has ever created. Among them was the Storm Bolter, Fury of Deimos, a weapon crafted by the first Fabricator General. Superior in range, accuracy, rate of fire, and reliability to that of a normal Stormbolter, it is a relic whose secrets have long been forgotten. The Destroyer of Chrysalics. This is the first Nemesis demon hammer upon which all others are based on. It was forged by the legendary Reed Vanar, third brother captain of the Extractors, and it was first used to shatter the Lord of Change, known as Chrysalics. Countless demons have felt its wrath in the centuries ever since. The Banner of Refining Flame. This sacred banner records the most righteous purifications performed by strike forces and individual battle brothers throughout the Grey Knight's history. The bearer can channel the resonance of this glorious past into his psychic attacks, blasting his foes to ash in a burst of searing light. The Soul Glaive. Over centuries of war, a fraction of a Grey Knight's essence may imprint itself upon his weapon. In rare cases, this imprint is so strong that if it persists after death, and another wields the blade to combine their own psychic might together. The Soul Glaive is such a weapon, a halberd that was carried into battle since the 13th Supreme Grand Master of the Grey Knights, Lord Silas Calthorn, who defeated the Demon Prince Ka-Lezar in single combat. The Domina Liber Demonica. This tome is a relic of Supreme Grand Master Janus, the only Grey Knight to ever master all 666 wards of banishment, each one painstakingly recorded on its pages. In times of need, a hero of the chapter will carry this book into battle, its bindings crackling with arcane energy as the words send demons howling back into the warp. The Curious of Sacrifice. The interior of this master-forged suit of armor is etched with the names of many allies that have fought alongside the Grey Knights. None but the Grey Knights can be trusted to fight the creatures of the warp and remain uncorrupted, so those that battle alongside them rarely survive. The Curious is a reminder to the Grey Knights that each sacrifice must not be forgotten, and the wearer swears a solemn vow to never dishonor the names of those who have suffered such a fate, while even an ounce of strength remains in his body. So those were the Relics of Titan. In my opinion, they're not the best relics, but some of them are pretty good. Like the last one, the Curious, it basically is a 5+ feel no pain. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So now let's move on to one of my favorite psychic disciplines, the Sanctic discipline. Now each Grey Knight is an accomplished psyker, trained to channel his mental energies into protective wards and an array of battle sorceries. The mightiest Grey Knights of all can banish demons but with a touch, conjure psychic defenses to protect their allies, and unleash the destructive power of the warp itself upon any enemy of the Imperium. The first psychic power is known as Purged Soul. The psyker draws upon every ounce of willpower he possesses to purge the evil of his foes' souls, scouring every trace of the corruption, even if it destroys them in the process. The Gate of Infinity. The psyker punches a corridor through the rolling immaterium, allowing him to cross a great distance in the blink of an eye. Hammer Hand. Focusing the raging power of his mind, the psyker augments the strength of his comrades to the point where they can crush flesh and bone with a single blow. Sanctuary. Chanting words of warding, the psyker creates a zone of light around him that can both protect him from harm and repel demonic creatures. Astral Aim. The psyker reaches out to the minds of his fellow battle brothers, mystically guiding their aim to the chosen target. And finally, the last power, the Vortex of Doom. The psyker tears a rift between real space and the warp, condemning his foes to total oblivion. And that concludes the lore, or an overview on the psychic powers and the relics of the Warriors of Titan. In my opinion, the relics are okay. The psychic powers are a lot better. Since these guys are meant to be psychers, then you can see a bunch of shenanigans going on with Sanctuary and Hammerhand and whatnot. Vortex of Doom, that is sure to wreck face, but it's a little hard to cast. But if you get that 12, you're doing D6 mortal wounds, which can devastate pretty much anything in the game. So that being said, guys, that's pretty much everything I have on the new Grey Knights. Definitely get this Codex. I think it's a pretty good value for what you're paying. I think it was only like 37 bucks, and yeah, it's not bad at all. Pretty good upgrade as to what the Index has, since you do get those new units and whatnot. But that being said, that's all I've got. I will be playing these guys this Sunday, hopefully, so wish me luck. I will be going up against either Necrons, Salamanders, Space Wolves, or the Tyranids, so we'll see how that goes. If it is Tyranids, I'm probably going to get overwhelmed and swarmed, but, you know, Grey Knights are elite army, so we'll see how that what happens there. As always, guys, we do have a Patreon page. Simple dollar gets you extra videos a month. We do have a Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook page. Facebook is awesome. We post there each and every day. Sometimes not about Warhammer, so it's pretty cool. If you're into more things like Pokemon, Game of Thrones, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's all I've got. So as always, guys, I'm the Sound Alchemist, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.